What is going on, everybody? John Impemba here with Andrew Cooper. It is NFL Week 5. We are here, Coop. Already have a game going on right now. We got the Browns and the Vikings playing here over in London. You're fresh off the Fantasy Alarm Show with Bender. How are you doing, man?
How am I doing? We got football on already. I just did a show, and now I'm on one of my favorite shows of the week, the Start Sit Show. And also, I started my day this morning, John, with a good old-fashioned New England apple cider donut from a local place up here. We picked out a little pumpkin for Laney and got some donuts. So, I mean, does it get better than that, John? Does it get any
Honestly
better
not.
than that?
We've the apple cider donut's really like the main event around here when it comes to when it comes to the fall season. Like apple picking itself, I kind of think is a bit of a scam, but the reward
Dude,
is that there is the hot apple cider donuts that you can then get. I also like apple cider, though it's terrible for you. It's just like 100 grams of sugar. Like it's still a really good. You're allowed to get away with it a little bit here.
It's fantastic. You lean into the fall, lean into the seasonal drinks. You know what I mean? Like treat yourself to a apple cider. Have a little bit of wow, why am I spacing on the one you drink at
Eggnog,
Christmas?
yeah.
Eggnog. Have a little eggnog. You know, you can get away with it. But I'll tell you what, you're walking on dangerous grounds besmirching apple picking because it was like 80 degrees out here yesterday. I was having some of those thoughts myself. There's a lot of bees in those apples that end up on the ground.
All right, let's we are actually loaded with questions here. Guys, as you saw, we have the ability to become a member of our Fantasy Alarm YouTube channel. You can click that join button. It's $4.99 a month. It gives you priority access to getting your questions answered first. So you'll see we're going to run through our member questions first, and then we will go through the list. So if you feel like we've skipped you, sort of, but no, we will go through everybody. If you want to get your question answered first, become a member of the Fantasy Alarm channel, and we'll go through it. You don't have to enter your question twice. We're going to do everything we can to get through all of these questions within the hour. Howard Bender does the Fantasy Alarm Twitter takeover at noon. Dave Malin's been in our Discord all day long. If you remember, you can go in there and get your questions answered as well. But just bear with us. Again, it's going to be a busy morning, and we're going to do everything we can to get through all of these questions for you guys.
Give us full names. Give us your format. If it's a nickname, it better be one that we know exactly who the guy is, like Bill. And believe it or not, we can read. So if you give us the information that we need to answer your question, help us help you. We'll be able to knock these all out. So thank you guys for joining us.
All right, Lewis is in here early this morning. He says, good morning. We need Daniels or Darnold here today. Daniels has the Raiders. Darnold's got the Bucks at home. Where are you going, Coop?
So the thing with Darnold is he's not running like he did last year. Last year, he was running like 4 times a game. This year, Darnold's only run 3 times in 4 games. So I'm just going to go Jaden Daniels here with the possibility that maybe he'll still run a little bit with the knee. But I just trust his passing just as much. Darnold doesn't have the fantasy upside he had last year.
For whatever reason, I thought this was Danny Dimes, not Jaden Daniels.
Me too. I immediately thought that.
Yeah, I guess you go Jaden Daniels there. I'm a little iffy because they're on the road against the Chargers, but Daniels has a higher upside there. And then he wants to know, he's starting Henry, Ibuka, and Pittman needs a running back and a flex of Dobbins, Etienne, Dowell, McMillan, and Keenan Allen today.
Wow, that's an interesting crew. I think I do have Dowdle. I have Dowdle very high going against Miami. So Dowdle's going to be one of them. But going Dowdle and Tet feels like
I don't want to stack them back. Even in an elite matchup, because it really is. And if you go over to the Fantasy Alarm expert pick section, I do have a Dowell prop put in there for today. But again, I don't know how many points this offense is going to score. So
it should be Etienne and Dowdle. Etienne's been good.
Josh needs 2 Marks, Jameson Williams, Rashad White, who they did come out and say is expected to get the majority of the carries today. I want to get your thoughts on that. Dowell and BTJ for Josh here.
Yeah, of the backup backs, I have Dowdle as like a top 20 option. I have Rashad White kind of right around that. I think I'm running back 26, which means he's in most of your lineups if you have 2 running back spots in a flex. And then DeMercado is kind of next. Sean Tucker and Michael Carter are kind of break glass in case of emergency players for me. So of this crew, only 2 of them. I actually would go Dowdle for sure because I think I would just go with the 2 backs, Dowdle and Rashad White, unless you wanted to bet on a bounce back for BTJ. I'm nervous with BTJ that his risk
the risk versus the Chiefs. It is a good matchup against the Chiefs. They are home. The Chiefs have struggled against the pass in general, so there was an opportunity for them to kind of come back. That could be it. I also like Jameson Williams today, another guy that I have a pick for over in Sleeper today. If you check out my Sleeper article, again, he's a big play guy. You know, the Bengals defense is nothing special. I would definitely play Rico Dowd as one. I could go either way with really any of the other plays there, Josh. So, you know, I know you're in our Discord, I would ask Malin and see kind of where he's going with that one.
Yeah, check with him. But I think I would, as of right now, I think I would go Dowdle and Jameson Williams actually, and go for the upside. What people need to remember about the Lions is that they are not the kind. Some of these teams will actually take their foot off the gas.
No.
That's not what the Lions do. They going up against his former colleague, Dan Campbell went for it on 4th down to score another touchdown and make the score 52-14. And they asked Ben Johnson about that, and Ben Johnson said,
"That's what they do. That's what they do," is what he said. So.
Right. That's what he does. Yeah, he's like, that's what they do. He goes, I wouldn't expect any different. So I'm expecting them to run up the numbers on the Bengals.
Rob needs what to do with Jamar Chase. He needs 2 of Chase in the PPR of Chase, Diggs, Flowers, and Olave here.
Yeah, I mean that's tough. Because I probably would not necessarily go Diggs. The props for Diggs are oddly low. I'd rather bet on the over on Diggs.
So I did. I took the over 45.5 on Diggs.
Yeah.
They moved him into the slot. And we know all along that successful play pieces of a McDaniels offense, slot receiver, tight end, Hunter Henry's been eating. They moved Diggs into the slot last week, first time all season, 100 yards. So I don't mind Diggs on the over for props. I still think you throw Jamar Chase out there, and probably Flowers.
It's Flowers, yeah. Chris Olave, I do like in DFS though. His price is cheap in DFS, and it's a good matchup for him. But he hasn't been catching. He's getting a lot of targets.
I need one in a PPR. Carter, Krosky, Merritt, Harvey. I think you go Harvey after last week. I think
Harvey, yeah, especially in PPR. He's getting the
3 different leagues, so we need 1 flex in each of Tyquan versus Andrews. Yeah, I imagine Thornton? So. Only 1 catcher was for a touchdown last week. I think you go Mark Andrews in that spot.
Yeah. He with Worthy back, they're kind of that he kind of took a backseat in terms of.
I know, likely being back. Some people are worried about Andrews there, but I still think you roll Andrews in that spot.
Yeah.
Then Tyquan versus Justice Hill or Juwan Johnson. Juwan Johnson's questionable. I think he's going to play. You can't go Justice Hill. He had a freak 70-yard touchdown or whatever it was last week. So. They said Keaton Mitchell's going to be active this week. Can you play that?
But Justice Hill operates on pass downs, and with Cooper Rush in there, he could get some more. All
right, so you're going Justice Hill there. I feel like the floor is 0.
I would go Juwan Johnson, but I think I would go Justice Hill over Tyquan Thornton.
What was the snap count on Thornton there last week? Was it bad?
It was bad. I'll pull it up right now while you do that.
Chubb versus Booty. I am gonna a Tyquan versus Chubb versus Booty.
So they passed 44 times, and Tyquan Thornton ran 17.
Brock Bowers inactive today.
Yeah. He was trending that way. I guess it's official. That means that their starting tight end is going to be Ian Thomas today. Or actually, who they added off the practice squad is Albert.
I saw that. Yeah. So maybe Jacoby Myers wheels up. I think I'd go Booty here. I don't know. I don't like Chubb. I think I'd go Booty.
Go Booty. He's playing it. So Booty and Tyquan Thornton were like, they're both field stretchers, but at least Kayshon Booty plays like the entire game. He's just his role isn't the best. But
if the Patriots are trailing in this game, they're 8.5-point road underdogs. They're not going to be able to run the football as much as they want to. So
Booty has led the team in snaps every week.
All right, Chubb, Bill, Hill, or Shaheed. Everybody just picked up Justice Hill this week, I guess.
I mean, Justice Hill, like again, full PPR. I don't think he's I don't think it's a bad start with Cooper Rush out there, and the matchup actually makes a lot of sense. Let me just pull it back up again. With the Texans, with pass catching backs against the Texans, so I don't think that's crazy, but in this case, I'd probably just go with
Slayton or Washington here for Rod.
Slayton definitely, because he's going to go into that neighbor's role, good or bad.
KC or Baltimore D.
Let me just double check where I have it. I don't have Baltimore D.
I would rather go the Chiefs, I think, versus the Jags, but it is Houston, so Baltimore's home versus Houston this week.
Right. So I have KC 9th and I have Baltimore 10th. So I do have KC 1 spot ahead. I did update my rankings this morning, everybody. I'm going to update it again after the inactives come out at 11:30 after the show. So my rankings are available to Fantasy Alarm members. My weekly, if you just go to the weekly rankings, it doesn't say my name on there, but like that's That though I keep those updated for full PPR, half PPR, and standard for fantasy.
Goff or Stroud? Here's an interesting one because I've had a lot of questions on Goff this week. Goff could very well have a huge game, or all the running backs score the touchdowns. It's a really good matchup for both. Stroud, and again, if you go look at our expert pick section for this week, I do have a play on CJ Stroud. He was the cover of my NFL Week 5 player prop article as well. So as bad as Stroud has been on the road, I am maybe a little bullish on his passing touchdown prop this weekend. Plus 160 for Stroud over 1.5 touchdowns. So,
well, with you being bullish there,
yeah, I think
make
I'd
the
go
call,
Stroud.
man.
Ridley, Charbonnet, Pollard, DeMarcado need 2.5 PPR.
I really would rather not start Ridley, but I think I'm starting Pollard. I'm not worried about Tajay Spears. I'm probably gonna go Pollard and DeMarcado because Ridley, he's got 2 different injuries now. And last week they had no problem being like, when he was ineffective, they said, hey, why don't you just relax and not play? And he only ran 42% of the routes. So I'm going Pollard.
Cool. That's through our member questions. Again, if you guys want to get some question priority, cut the line, hit that join button. Fantasy Alarm, get some cool emojis, get access question priority as well. So Stacks was in there next. He said, let's go. Really likes Justin Herbert today. I'm with you there. I think Herbert bounces back at home against the Commanders today. Keith J needs to sit one of Higgins, Myers, Godwin, and Keon Coleman.
Higgins, Myers, Godwin. Well, he can't sit Myers this week,
right?
He plays a decent enough amount of slot. It's a really good matchup in the slot for him, as is pointed out by our own Drew Scott in the matchup report, the running back, the cornerback, wide receiver matchup report. Also, I think Colby Conway in his wide receiver DFS article mentioned some numbers on the slot for Myers. So he's really good this week. I'm sitting Coleman. Definitely. Coleman's. Coleman.
I imagine Gonzo probably gets him on the outside in this game, right?
He might not even get him because what they did against the Jets is they just took Keon Coleman off the field and just used a bunch. He played 50% of the snaps, and they just used a bunch of fullbacks and tight ends and all that. So
BTJ, Diggs, or Godwin needs 2 of this group. I think I'd play Diggs in this spot and then pick. I mean, Godwin doesn't have a great matchup against Seattle, and then you have BTJ here. So
he got 10 targets. Godwin got 10 targets. He did look rusty, but I think I'm going to go Diggs.
I'm good with it. Again, we need to see more out of Brian Thomas there.
10 targets.
Craig wants Waddle, Walker, or Sutton.
Pick 2.
Yes.
So Waddle's going to be able to escape J.C. Horn by going into the slot some. J.C. Horn only 3 snaps in the slot on the entire season, but I think I still go Ken Walker and Sutton over Waddle. If they really want to just put Horn on them, they could do that and kind of ruin the whole day for the Dolphins. I don't see why.
Lewis has need 1 wide receiver flex, Nico, Pickens, or Cat. I mean, you're definitely playing Nico Collins. It's whether you like Pickens versus Sauce Gardner or Ted McMillan today.
No Pickens. I'm trying not to use Pickens or Keon
Ted
Coleman.
And Collins there for you. Benjamin needs to pick 3: Gibbs, Hampton, Scatabo, or Brown. I mean, really, you're definitely starting Gibbs and Hampton.
One question.
So
the question is Scatabo or Brown. And I think the answer is Scatabo. Yeah, it is.
Stacks is trolling us, I think, with Taysom time, but he is possibly playing.
Get out of here with the Taysom Hill talk. The only person allowed to bring up Taysom Hill in the chat is Skinny McKinney. That's it.
Joe Whalen said he became a member. Boom. Let us know, man. If you got some questions in there, we'll throw them up in the chat for you.
Let's go. Let's go, Joe. Game day, baby.
Right, we got Ann. Good morning, Ann. Needs 2 wide receivers in a flex and a tight end premium. Ramondre, Ridley, Tolbert, Malik Washington, and Ingram.
Tight end premiums, huh? This might be an FFPC. 3 of these players. I like Ramondre. And I like Tolbert, and I think I would just go Ingram. Because Malik Washington, we don't even know if he's going to get the full workload. He split once Tyreek went down. He was splitting with Nick Westbrook-Akine. So I don't know if he's just going to come in and play a full snap share. If he does, great. And we're glad to have him on the bench to take a look at it. But Tolbert plays the whole game. Ramondre is still the lead back in New England. Ingram got to a 60% snap share, and in tight end premium, I would just take the extra bonus points for Ingram versus Ridley, because Ingram versus Ridley is kind of a even enough question for me that just take the premium bonus.
Joe pops in again. First question as a new member. 2 wide receivers in a flex.
Attaboy.
Sutton, Brown, Worthy, Michael Carter's got Gibbs and Dowell already playing. 2 wide receivers in a flex for you there, Coop.
You got to have Worthy in there. You got to have Worthy. He came out. We were worried about his usage. Focal point star. I think I'm just going to start the 3 wide receivers and leave Michael Carter on the bench. Michael Carter posted on his Instagram and all this stuff, but like he's still probably not going to get the.
They said they're going to ride the hot hand, so it's kind of where it is.
I mean, how often do you? I know he used to play for them, but how often does a guy get signed off the streets and just go right into the game and be awesome?
Baker Mayfield,
rare. If it happens, great. Yeah, Baker Mayfield.
He's like the absolute example of that, right? Like
Tim Hightower a couple of years ago for the Saints, right? But that's a guy I want to have on my bench in case that happens. I don't want to bet on it.
I agree. Benjamin here wants Prescott or May this week. I mean, again, we're homers, we're Patriots fans. He's obviously looked great. Do you go Dak though against against the Jets?
Yeah, no, because he's missing CeeDee Lamb. His top wide receiver is going to face Sauce Gardner. He's just going to be dumping down to Jake Ferguson all day. Go with May. Like you have a million opportunities to start Dak. This is a good time to start.
Ethan here, Pittman or Brown for a PPR?
What a question, but I do actually in my rankings have Michael Pittman ranked ahead of AJ Brown. Michael Pittman's the wide receiver 13 on the season. He got 10 targets last week. He's scored touchdowns in 3 out of 4 games. Like at one point, do we just say Michael Pittman is good and his quarterback is good and his offense is good and Alec Pierce is out and Adonai Mitchell's in the doghouse because he fumbled on the 1 yard line and then had a holding penalty.
He might not even he might have limited snaps today. So
yeah, they asked Shane Steichen.
Yeah, Ashton Doolin's maybe see more minutes.
Right, and Ashton Doolin couldn't be more of just a guy. Shout out to Ashton Doolin. I mean, he's rich now for playing football on special teams, but like doesn't worry me.
YouTube member here, Rob wants 2 of Thomas, Dobbins, Devonta Smith.
I mean, Devonta Smith. Not only are those guys complaining, but AJ Brown's going to face Patrick Surtain, so I'm going to go Devonta Smith, Dobbins or BTG. Dobbins or BTJ. John, that's. I've been starting BTJ where I have him, and it's been hurting me. It's been hurting me every week. And Dobbins has looked good. He's
I think I'd go. I think that's probably still go Dobbins here. It's a tough matchup, obviously running against the Eagles, but
at this stage with the Brian Thomas Jr. thing, like you're benching him, but you're still rooting for him. Like you're not going to be disappointed if he goes off because like you need that guy to be good. So I'm finally benching him in a league this week myself. I'm still going to root for him though. I want him to do well. Like when you don't put guys on your bench and then root against them. That's the hard part about fantasy. So we're still rooting for BTJ, but it's time to put.
Benjamin wants Hurts or Herbert here. I mean, it's a good problem to have. Again, Denver defense is pretty good. I think I'd probably roll Herbert in this spot. But what do you think?
If it's 6-point passing, it's definitely Herbert. If it's 4-point, that format's kind of broken.
Cup or Ramondre in a PPR. Yeah, they want to run the football today. So
Cup has got he's getting a good snap share. He's getting okay targets. Not really doing it. Not really showing me anything yet.
Ethan needs 2 flex in a PPR. Malik Washington, Christian Kirk, Kendre Miller, Demercado, Carter, Ingram. So you picked up all of the waiver wire running backs this week. Where are you looking to go there?
Play it safe with this crew and go with Christian Kirk and Amari DiMercado.
Okay.
Again, Malik Washington I love the idea of adding him to the bench. I do. But like he might not even be the guy. He might be the third guy. His role might not change. Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, who they brought in this offseason, kind of a bigger guy, definitely probably the preferred guy for jumbo and goal line situations. So
play the over 8.5 rushing on Malik Washington today because they give him like 2 to 3 carries a game. So I played the over 6.5 last week, and he had like a 10-yard run on his first carry. So just keep running.
Yeah,
keep it rocking. Juwan Johnson or Taysom is where we're at.
Oh, Ethan, how dare you?
You're going Johnson. No one's playing Taysom Hill first game back.
I told you. Taysom Hill.
Slayton or Hollywood? Gotta go Hollywood here, right?
Yeah, you gotta go Hollywood for now.
Joe Birds in standard league says JCM, Hendo, or Carter. Is that Trevion? It gotta be Trevion there.
Which one? Oh yeah, Hendo's Trevion.
Standard league though. Ja'Cory, Hendo, or Michael Carter.
Man, that's thanks. You can start just one guy. I'd probably just start Darius Slayton.
No, I think it's one from each group.
Oh, if it's one from each group, then I'll start Slayton and I'll start.
I'd still start.
You probably just gotta go JCM, right?
Yeah, it's against the Chargers. Maybe, probably. I guess it's not great, but it's better that
Probably.
Daniels is active. So some better opportunities to move the football at least. Kendra Miller, Justice Hill need one in a PPR.
I like Justice Hill there.
I won't
I
fight
do in
that
full
one.
PPR.
Then need one of Hollywood, Tucker, or Chicaconco, not a tight end premium. You go Hollywood Brown there.
Hollywood, yeah.
Dowell Pollard, a half PPR.
I'm gonna go Dowdle there for sure. Tajay Spears is back,
Yeah.
but Dowdle has again couldn't be a better matchup for a 1 week spot start.
Are you a Trevor Etienne fan?
I actually kind of
and a half yards. I kind of rushing prop for him today. 19 and a half.
What is it? That's doable. I like him in Dynasty. Shout out to John Arrington, who is a big like campus to can college football, big college scout. He just did a show the other day on the 2026 class, and he likes Trevor Etienne a lot. So that's definitely a name to know for like DFS or for betting over 19 yards and for Dynasty. But for this week, I'm going Dowdle.
Mahomes or Fields. I am still on Mahomes this week, but Fields has a really good matchup against Dallas. And as we saw, 43-yard touchdown on a broken play last week running. That's what Fields is very capable of doing at any given moment. So
I have both those quarterbacks ranked the highest I've had them ranked all year. And I have Mahomes.
Play Mahomes in fantasy, play Fields in like DFS this week. I think it's something like that.
Yeah.
Juwan Johnson, we're waiting on updates if he plays, or do I grab Brenton Strange, Andrews, Chig, Taylor, or Theo? I do like Mason Taylor this week. Coop, obviously you're more into the tuned with the tight ends than I am. I had a conversation with somebody who was like, "Oh, all of Taylor's yards last week came in garbage time," and I was like, "So does that good? Okay,
good, yeah.
Like the Jets are going to lose a lot of games this year. Like that's okay." So
Taylor has 13 targets over the last 2 weeks, but for me, it's Chig Okonkwo. You got Ridley banged up. Chig leads the team in receptions currently. He also has quietly 4.5 240 is the same that George Kittle ran. It's 97th percentile speed. And Arizona is a bottom 5 team in DVOA against the tight end. So of that group, I have them all in the same tier. Maybe Theo slightly behind. The problem with Theo, blocks on 14% of his pass plays. So even if he plays a big snap share, he's like bleeding these pass plays to blocking. And of the 34 pass plays last week, he only ran 20 routes. So I can't necessarily trust that guy. So it's going to be, after everything I just said, the answer is Mark Andrews. It really should be Mark Andrews, but I'm just use chicken DFS.
So you're on Mark Andrews here. If Juwan Johnson doesn't play.
Mark Andrews. I think it's Mark Andrews. It might just be Mark Andrews regardless.
Big Gorilla, Engram, Eli Manor, Tolbert, or JCM need to.
So Big Gorilla's tight end premium contest. It's I would go Engram and Tolbert. Or should it be Alec and Tolbert?
I mean, I think Alec and Tolbert are probably a safer floor. It was good to see Engram get all the targets last week, finally,
The Eagles are the best.
I don't really want much of a Denver this week. I don't think it's a good thing.
No. The Eagles are number 1 in DVOA against the tight end, and I think number 3 in just raw points allowed. So, okay, go Alec and Tolbert.
Shout out to Fred, just became a member of the Fantasy Alarm channel. Guys, again, if you want your questions answered, you can go ahead, become a member. You'll cut the line like Rob here. He had every 5 receptions is 5 points. Every 10 receiving yards is 1. He's got Wandale or Bateman.
Bang. Wandale or Bateman? I'll go Wandale. I mean, the guy is getting 140 target seasons, games with 8 and 10 targets. I don't see how you could throw the guy the ball less now that he's Neighbors is out. I mean, he's locked in. He's dialed in.
Scrolling back up to where that question was. Where was the one we left off in here? It was Lucky Lebo, right? All right. So we got Ben here had Rashad White, Chase, Bill start 2.
Indy Mercado.
And Democrata. Actually, I lied. So we'll get that. We go back. Lucky tossed it in twice. And did the Big Gorilla. We'll go down the list. So Ernie had this one. Pollard, Democrata, Shakir need 2.
I'm gonna start
Okay.
Shakir, and it's probably still Pollard right
Yeah,
now over
I'm not. I don't
DeMarcado.
really want to play much of that Arizona backfield.
Trying not
Jameson
to.
Williams and Trevion Henderson in a full PPR for Brandon. Yeah,
JMO,
that's where I'm
definitely,
going.
definitely. We want Henderson to play more. He's not.
And
He
then
hasn't been.
back to the Ben
Not good.
question. Demarcado, Rashad White, Jamar Chase, Bill. Start two. You're always playing Jamar Chase, guys. You're in
Yes.
that, especially in this situation. Jamar Chase is in.
Right.
I probably go Rashad White for me in that group, but
Yeah, that's what it is. Jamar Chase and Rashad White. The thing with the Lions have a very unique defense. No team in the modern NFL plays more than half their snaps as man to man, but the Lions play 41% of their snaps at man to man, which is crazy. Which means Jamar Chase and T Higgins are going to get some one-on-one situations today
yeah.
where they thrive. I know that safeties are good, but Jamar Chase
And
could be
also,
just
like,
fine.
after getting embarrassed, I said this to Bender on our DFS show. After getting embarrassed the way they did, and like Zach Taylor got hammered for the way he handled that game, they're going to do everything they can to get these guys involved sooner and
Yeah.
try to be a competitive football team at home this week. So, Cindy here says, "Good morning. Need two: McConkey, Worthy, Myers, Godwin, and Wandale."
Whoa. You're definitely starting Worthy and Myers. I'm in on McConkey this week, but you might be sitting McConkey of this crew. I would sit Godwin just because
it's hard to trust Slad McConkey right now, and he's basically the wide receiver 3 on this team. So,
well, this week I think my bold take, which shouldn't be bold, is I think McConkey actually is going to score the most for those wide receivers today. He's got a good matchup in the slot against Mike Sainristil, who's led up the third most, yards. But I think you're sitting Wandale because he's got the worst.
The problem I have with McConkey almost here is sort of, the offense wants to run the football. Marion Hampton's looked like an absolute monster the last 2 weeks. So now they feel confident giving him the football. Quentin Johnston's having the year 3 breakout. You and I talked about this months ago. I was like, why is everybody just like dogging QJ? What if he's actually just having the year 3 like it used to be forever? They bring Keenan Allen back. He immediately pops into the offense. So it's like there's 4 different ways this offense can move the football,
But Washington is a pretty good team versus the run. Top 5 team versus the run. But I guess you would. I think you're going to start Worthy, Myers, and
I think that's where you
it
want
is
to
a
go
very
today.
difficult question.
Because Seattle's a good run defense too. So I think Baker Mayfield just always throws the Buccaneers into a game. So Daniels or Goff, a similar question I think we had earlier, right? I'm going to go Goff in this section.
Yeah.
Again, I like them. I like him a little bit better than Daniels. Daniels is wearing the knee brace, doesn't have McLaurin. Like I don't really know. I think the Chargers are going to kind of tee off on him today. So
if the Chargers go up, I mean that's the kind of game where they just they're not. They could end up pulling Daniels.
Johnson, Taysom, or Ingram for Ethan.
Go Juwan Johnson if he plays. If not, then you go Ingram. The answer's never going to be
Say, lad. A couple years ago, you almost had to play Taysom Hill, but you don't.
There have been this week. The answer will never be Taysom Hill.
If he comes out there this week and has like an 80% snap share and is all over the field, then you kind of have to play him. But I don't anticipate that happening. So,
I mean, based on the amount of money they pay him, he should be playing 80%.
Flowers, McConkey, Myers, White, Demarcado, BCM, sit two of that group. I mean, you're playing Zay and Myers for sure.
You're playing all 3 of the first 3 guys. I'm playing Lad too.
Are you sitting the last 2 then? Demarcado and BCM?
I'll probably sit Bill and Demarcado, yeah.
Baker or Goff? I'm going to play Baker here. Dowell or Brown? Probably go Rico.
Dowdle, yeah. I mean the Bengals per Pro Football Focus have the stone worst run blocking unit in the league.
Brandon wants.
The second
Shakir
part of that question.
Washington. You're gonna go Shakir for that one. Yeah.
Shakir.
Charbonnet, Marks, Booty, Mims, or Ollie Gordon.
Feels like
Mims finally had a good week last week.
I know, but he's still not playing a ton. I'm going Woody Marks. You know what? Might be Mims. It's either Mims
they
or
gave Charbonnet a lot of work last week in the red zone.
Okay. Charbs and Marks.
I'm good with it. Again, they throw the football to Charbonnet too. It's not good run. It's not really great to run against Tampa Bay, but BTJ, Walker, Bill, DeMarcado. What Kenneth Walker? I assume that is. I mean,
that's where I'm going to start.
Yeah, you're
BTJ
gonna
and
play the
Kenneth
first.
Walker.
Just a talent level is better on the first two guys than the
Bill. Very weird 3-man split with a mobile QB.
Yeah,
don't like it.
Pittman or McConkey? Pittman for us or team Pittman.
Pittman, yes. Pittman's been great.
Dowell or Montgomery? I think I go Montgomery here today.
Yeah, Howard especially in standard. Howard pointed out this interesting narrative. I know they might not care about this. Obviously, they care about winning the game. But Dave Montgomery's sister got into a bad car accident, and she's this is the first game she's ever going to be able to attend. And if there's a goal line situation, I feel like they're going to find a way to get Dave Montgomery a touchdown today. And I think that's from Howard Bender. He brought that to the table. I didn't even know about that narrative at all. But I mean, if there was ever a time to let a guy score a touchdown, today's the day.
I'm with it. And again, it's this is a game where you could see both running backs just have like 4 total touchdowns. So
exactly. And that's the thing is that like against the Bengals, they're probably going to be winning. And if it's like, there's a pass interference in the end zone, I don't see why they wouldn't just give the guy a chance.
Allen's got Waddle or Keenan Allen.
Oh man, probably should be Keenan. Let me just double check my rankings on.
I mean, Waddle's is the number 1 now, so
he is, but he's also facing JC Horn.
Is he gonna?
But you can escape JC Horn. You can escape JC Horn by going in the slot. So I do have Keenan Allen ahead of Waddle.
It's gonna be a tough day for the Ravens. Left tackle Ronnie Stanley is inactive for today as well, so good luck with that. Houston defensive line, Cooper Rush. And also Miles Sanders inactive. Jaden Blue making his official debut today as well.
Look out now!
All right, couple
out now. You know who is inactive for his first couple games or his first game at least as a rookie? Devon Achane
was. That's true.
He was a healthy scratch, just wasn't ready to play. Jaden Blue was hurt this offseason. He was not ready to play. Now he's going to get a shot.
Couple of member questions here. Rob asked Daniels or Goff. I think we just answered this one for Den. We're going to go. You're going to go Goff on this one, and then Fred. First question as a member: half PPR, 12 teams, sit 1. Kenneth Walker, Dowell, Tet, Myers, Pickens.
Sit Pickens. Terrible
we'll
matchup
for
Pickens
here today for you there, Fred. And again, thanks for becoming a member of the channel. Brandon wants Ladd, Brown, or Brian Thomas needs 2.
I'm saying Chase Brown. It's not just a terrible. He's been bad. His line is the worst in the league.
Carry for Chase Brown. So
right, his line is so bad, dude. They're gonna get.
Gerard Waller, or Mason Taylor.
I do have Mason Taylor ahead as much as I love Waller because I have Waller ahead.
I mean, listen, I like Waller too. The fact that I said this, I think maybe to you or maybe it was the better.
I do have Waller.
The fact that they said they're going to ease him into a role, and then that role was mostly like red zone work. It's like, yeah, okay, great. And I want him playing as much red zone as you can, and then they're just going to increase his snap count because he looked awesome. So, Waller stepping in almost immediately now is the number 2 target in that offense. So.
Right on the limited snap share, he got 4 targets. That's pretty good, and 2 of them were end zone targets.
I would go Waller here.
Waller.
Ben says Bill and DeMarcado causing him all sorts of headaches. Yeah, because they're not good running backs. Like they're not good plays. One of the reasons I really like Kyler Murray in DFS this week is because I think they're just going to put a lot on Kyler Murray. I don't think they're going to run the ball as much as we think they're going to do. So,
right, they paid Kyler Murray a lot of money. I'll go at DeMarcado though.
Yeah, he's going to start. So, Katie, what's up? Needs lineup help with 2 lineups, both PPRs. Got to sit 1 of Tet, Debo, and Diggs.
Anytime Debo shows up on the injury report, I was talking to Dave Kluge about this on Friday. Anytime he's been on the injury report, he has been bad. Yeah. So I'm going to go McMillan.
Okay, and then the next one is flex of Diggs, DeMarcado, and Brown. I think I go Diggs there.
Diggs, yeah.
Tyrone Tracy inactive. I think we expected that one anyways, but Aaron, PPR, not a tight end premium for Waller and Taylor or Fant if Juwan Johnson is out, or would you just play Waller over Juwan Johnson in general today? How do you...
I would play Juwan Johnson if he's going to play against the Giants. Is Tyler Newbin playing the safety for the Giants? Because he's been kind of a headache. He's listed as questionable, but we're getting updates right now, right? No, that game's at 4:00. Tyler Newman, questionable. That he's been kind of a headache for tight ends lately. So it's Juwan regardless, I think, but Waller next.
Morning Mojo. Mojo, did you become a member? Didn't you tweet at us that you became a member of the channel?
He did.
I miss his question? If I did, I'm sorry, man. I didn't see this come in earlier. Anyways, we'll get to it now. Apologies for making you wait, dude.
All right, Mojo. Mojo is
Goddard or Taysom Hill?
Goddard. Goddard's in the okay spot because the Broncos kind of force you to throw over the middle with their outside corners play. So go Goddard.
Every year Hill comes back from injury and always blows up that first game.
It's true. Bet on it with your sports books and maybe in like DFS or whatever if you want. David Njoku touchdown.
I texted Bender this morning. I was so close to writing up David Njoku's first quarter receiving prop today was 3.5 yards, and he caught a 13-yard pass like second play. I was like, son of a gun. Rookie quarterbacks and their tight ends, man. So now Fannin and Njoku both have scored today.
That's the nightmare continues now. So it's like Fannin started off hot, four catches on 4 targets for 13 yards and a touchdown, but now Njoku has 5 catches on 7 targets for 56 and a touchdown. So Njoku over Fannin over Njoku, cats and dogs.
They're both honestly okay to play in fantasy though, so it doesn't really matter.
That's right. They're exactly just okay to play.
Demercado or Carter.
So I'm still going Demercado in any sort of PPR. If it was standard, I might consider Michael Carter, but Demercado's been there. He's already carved out the 2-minute drill and the pass down work, and he could get a bunch of the early work, but he's going to get at least half. Michael Carter, the upside for him is half the work.
Dylan Gabriel, by the way, 3 passing touchdowns today, more than Joe Flacco's had all season. Need a sit one of McConkey, Worthy, Myers, Godwin, and Wandale.
We did this one. Yeah. Oh, just sit one now. Before it was sit 2. Sit Wandale. Because Jackson Dart's not that good at throwing.
Got Belmer here. I hit the links with Belmer yesterday. We played 18. It's a good day. Brown, Godwin, ETN, and Diggs.
Let me guess.
You didn't. We played Mount Hood.
Oh, how was it?
Shot a nice little day.
There you go. Okay, sit 1. Chase Brown.
I think Chase Brown's the right answer there.
He's been terrible. He's been legitimately terrible, and I don't see why that would change.
Says, "What's good, Tommy? What's up? Getting the game."
Tommy Roush. What a guy.
Running back at all the injuries. Tucker, ETN. First Tucker, I think, question of the day. Trevor, ETN, or Travion Henderson there.
This is where we go Travion, because the roles for Sean Tucker and Trevor Etienne are completely undefined. We don't know if they're going to play, if they're not. We assume they're going to play at least a little bit, but Henderson is just the better player, like the superior athlete. So if you're betting on a guy to make a play with limited touches,
too, by the way, it's Travion
in a PPR. Yeah. So what you're doing with limited touch players is you're either betting on them to score random goal line touchdown or just make a play. I would bet on Henderson to make
Dak or Fields. I think we did this one like almost the same question earlier. I think, right? Do we go?
No, I don't think we did get this one. I think it was. We've got a lot of variations, but not this exact one. I'm going Fields.
Right. Honestly, it's so close to me because the Jets do not have a good defense, but they have one good cornerback. So like,
right, Dak kind of just makes it happen regardless of what players he has.
No Kamani Turpin today. Not that makes like a huge deal, but he was actually getting targets for them, and he's kind of a playmaker.
Well, it's gonna be like Ryan Flournoy out there as wide receiver 3.
So yeah, go Fields. That's fine. I like Fields today. I wrote him up in the quarterback coach, so I'm good with it. Sutton or J.K. Dobbins? Yeah,
Sutton. Let's see, wide receiver 12 on the season, 13, 14. He's right there where Pittman is.
I don't want to run into the Eagles defense, so might as well just take a shot with Sutton there. Need 2, Monty, Dobbins, Shakir. I'm definitely play Montgomery and then Dobbins or Shakir.
I probably said Shakir. I'd probably go Monty and Dobbins.
I'll go Daniel Jones over Dak on this one.
Yes.
Favorite low-owned DK single entry stack today. Again, I'm playing a lot of Cardinals, so I like the Marvin Harrison, Kyler Murray play. Okay.
Is that low owned based on the our projections? That's one of our best tools if you're a Fantasy Line member. The NFL DFS ownership projection tool does a really good job of telling you whether your guys
Marvin Harrison, low roster today.
Kyler at 6.8%.
Yeah, I mean, Marvin Harrison's under 10%, so there's a low on stack for you.
All my stacks are high owns. I'm just leaning on
Playing
Justin
chalk.
Herbert and Daniel Jones.
Half
chalk.
PPR, Hunter or Kendre?
Well, I'm just going to go Travis Hunter, even though he's a part-time slot guy, because Kendre Miller is, he gets carries once Kamara has gotten his carries.
Washington or Shaheed and a half PPR. Go Shaheed there.
Going Shaheed. Malik Washington, again, every once in a while we have a player like this where we love to have him on the bench and we hate to have him in the lineup because we don't know he's going to get the role. Guys like Slayton, Wan'Dale Robinson, we can be confident that they're going to step up and get a much bigger role. We don't know if it's going to be Washington or Nick Westbrook or Keeney for sure, or how things are going to look. So it's just you stash them and hope you get it, but you don't really want to start
Chase Brown or one of the two Cardinals backs.
This is where I'm going to start Chase Brown probably.
Godwin or Diggs, kind of a question we've had a lot of involved today. Godwin had a lot of targets, like you said. So
yeah, I'm going to go Godwin. He got 10 targets. He played the full game. He looked rusty, but
Chris says he hasn't heard my voice in a while. I'm on the show. I'm on play. I'm around. I'm on the channel.
He's out here. To put in perspective, in PPR, I have Godwin ranked 30 and Diggs ranked 31. So it's that question is right on the head of go with whoever you feel. Yeah. Go with your gut. My gut says Godwin.
Coleman or DeMarcado?
Oh man, I hate the matchup for Coleman. I'll go DeMarcado.
Yeah, we expect him to be the starting back. He does catch the football, so
right. Keon Coleman, the last time they played a top corner, they didn't even play Keon Coleman. They didn't
you saw who else is active for the Cardinals at running back is Bam Knight. Remember the Bam Knight days going back to the Jets?
Yeah. Zonovan Bam
he's active.
Knight.
Would it shock you if Bam Knight ends up playing over Michael Carter?
So what's the strategy of the Cardinals? Just to bet that the Jets are incompetent and
just get all their running backs.
He was a Jet too. Michael Carter and
Juwan is active, says Ethan. So
there you go.
Trevion, Kirk, or Coleman for PPR. I do like Kirk this week. I do.
Yeah, Kirk. He's second on the team in snaps and targets since he's been back.
RJ Harvey or Darius Slayton in a full PPR.
Ooh, trippy. That's an interesting one, man. Darius Slayton has the upside, but Harvey's guaranteed touches. That's the thing about being the kind of pass down back. They're going to hand the ball to Harvey. He's guaranteed touches. So I might go Harvey on the guarantee, but
Slayton is definitely interesting. Against the Saints this week. So, here's the. I'm going to go RJ Harvey because I think that the offense is going to be better. You had a quarterback in Jackson Dart last week, only threw the ball 20 times, and he only completed 11 of them. So,
RJ Harvey's in my RB2 spot in our league, John. I had Bucky Irving and
our guy Fred, who again joined as a Fantasy member today on the channel. You can too, and cut the line. 12 team half PPR on the bench. Should you continue holding on to JCM and Trevion or drop either to add Rashard Smith or Isaiah Davis?
Hold the guys you got. They're much closer to a full-time job there. Davis is going to play, a decent amount, but he doesn't have any shot of overtaking the starting job. Travion Henderson, JCM, and Rashard Smith technically all have shots at overtaking and becoming the starter on their team. But JCM and Henderson are closer to it.
I lost where we were before. Hold on. I'm
Aaron Fred. Before.
That. Let's see. I'm scrolling down. Bear with me here briefly. We had the Kendre question.
Well, while he's finding where we are, just guys, if you want to become a Fantasy Alarm member, use promo code SCARY20 right now to become a Fantasy Alarm member. You get access to my rankings. You get access to the premium Discord. You get our fantasy hockey rankings if you want to get in some best balls or a draft right now before hockey kicks off in 2 days. Basketball kicks off October 21st. Johnny and James Grande.
NBA cheat sheets live. If you got a fantasy basketball drafting, you'll get the NBA cheat sheet. That comes free with your All-Pro subscription as well.
I'm doing some NBA best balls this year.
I'm in a lot of NBA best balls as well.
That sounds fun. That sounds like a good format for that because with the guys resting and stuff, it's you don't have to deal with that. You just get them when they're in and when they're not.
So 7-day free trial still active for now. Hint, hint. So you can check that out. And then fantasy.com/scary20 promo code scary20 20% off the All Pro monthly subscription for the rest of the NFL season. So all the way through the Super Bowl. Get 20% off your monthly subscription there. So make sure you take advantage of all that.
Oh, through the Super Bowl. I thought it was just through fantasy season. That's great. That's through February.
Through the NFL season. It doesn't say
rocks.
fantasy football season. It says NFL season.
I don't know, dude. I figured it was fantasy.
We
fantasy.
do DFS
okay, that's
the
great.
Super Bowl.
That's
That
a good
counts
deal.
fantasy. Tolbert or Hollywood in a full PPR.
Hollywood.
Tolbert, would you take the over 36.5 receiving yards for Tolbert today? Feels pretty good, right?
Yeah. I'm doing all that. I'm using him in DFS, but it's like this guy has never been able to actually do it.
All right, let's kind of run through these because we are running out of time. About 10 minutes left or so in the show.
Okay. Rapid fire?
Who's he? What's he? Yeah.
Rapid
Jared
fire?
Reeves, Dowell or Scat?
Dowdle versus the Dolphins.
Yeah, we're going to go Dowell. Full PPR, one
Rapid
flex, one running back. Rico, Carter, Woods, and Pollard. Yeah,
well,
so definitely going Rico and then Pollard probably.
Rico
or Woody Marks.
Woods? Is that Woody Mark? Oh,
no, it's got to be Woody Marks. It's got to be Woody.
Rico and Woody.
If that's not Woody Marks, you're playing Pollard.
Yeah, if that's some sort of Woods. Yeah, Pollard over
I think I might have missed this question from Rob. If I did, I apologize, Rob. Wan'Dale Robinson or Rashad Bateman?
Wan'Dale, if that's super bonus points for receptions, that's the perfect format for Wan'Dale.
Marks or Dowell?
Dowdle, yes. Dowdle is a top 20 back for me this week.
Chig or Taysom?
Chig, never Taysom.
Dowell or Genty, or would you play Dowell over Genty or Kenneth Walker? I would consider Kenneth Walker, but I would ultimately play Genty and Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, think about it, but then don't do it.
1 second there. Lewis has a question. It's a half PPR for Lewis. Pickens, Myers, or Sutton. Pick two.
Pickens, Myers, or Sutton. I would bench George Pickens against.
Yeah, let's play Sutton and Myers there. Brad said 2 days later, same question to you, Coop. Dowell or Ladd?
I'm sticking with my. You know what? I'm going with Dowdle. It's got to be Dowdle. I love Ladd this week, but it's got to be Dowdle. As much as I've talked Ladd up, that's more of a betting on his over 58.5 yard prop and also DFS than it is like just full send in my leagues. I am continuing to start him where I have him, but I
don't like either of these players in cash games, even. But I would pick Pickens if I had to pick one of the two.
If you had to pick one, yeah. But I'm
trying to pivot off either of those for cash games.
Because for that price range, you could probably get Michael Pittman. You could probably
Pittman's way
get
cheaper. Pittman's
way cheaper. Yeah. I would rather start just flat out go Pittman and use the money elsewhere.
I agree with you. Tolbert, Tucker. I'm going Tolbert, Alex. 6-point passing touchdown, May or Daniels? I think it's May. I don't know who Daniels is going to throw the football to.
We don't know what his knees are. I don't understand how knees work at all.
I'm going Drake May here. Tolbert or Hollywood in a full PPR.
What's inside of Brock Bowers' knee that allows him to sometimes play and not play? Sometimes I don't understand how that knee. I don't understand knees. I don't. That's a really tough question. I think you got to go Tolbert though.
Yeah. Going back to the question, play Garrett Wilson in cash games over Pickens if you're going to do something like that.
Oh, yeah,
Garrett Wilson's cheaper than both Deebo Samuel and George Pickens.
But Deron Bland is back, isn't he?
Does that even matter? I mean, I don't think so. No, Godwin's cheaper. Like, there's a lot of better options than Pickens and Deebo. Remember, guys, in DFS, you don't have to spend every single dollar. It's okay to leave a couple dollars on the table. ETN, Marks, Dowell, Carter need two.
Dowdle, definitely ETN and Dowdle.
Favorite DFS play of the day in cash and GPP besides Taysom Hill. Again, I'm playing Cardinals. Marvin Harrison Jr. I love Jonathan Taylor, and I love the running backs for the Lions today. So that's kind of where I'm at. Kyler Murray.
Yeah, in cash on DraftKings, the safest possible play that is a good price is probably Jake Ferguson.
That's fair. Hawkinson or Strange? Well, Hawk's playing now, so can't do that.
Yeah, so can't do that. But the answer is
no, unless you're Josh Oliver. Cam Akers throwing touchdown passes to Josh Oliver today. So
yeah, if there's any way you can unstart TJ Hawkinson, 2 catches for 14 and a fumble loss, or no, that was Taylor loss. Just get him out.
Carter, Demercado, Imanor, or Kelsey for a flex. How would you rank them?
I would rank them Demercado 1, then Imanor, then Kelsey, then Carter. for just a regular non-tight end premium flex. What's Kelsey done? I mean, maybe new album hype week for him.
Got a good song named after him,
True.
Yeah.
This is the Redwood Day.
Big
Happy
Wood Day.
Redwood Day.
Chase Brown, Woody Marks. I would go Woody Marks here.
Just start Chase.
Yeah.
Woody Marks? I think I do have Woody Marks at. Go Woody Marks.
Brown or Scatabo.
And he's got the hardest questions of the day. The hardest question of the award
we're
goes
on
to
Scatabo over Chase Brown. Fields over Daniels for me, Mike. Would you consider playing Darnold over May today? Yeah. I don't mind Sam Darnold at home versus the Bucks. That's fine.
Over Drake May?
All right, fine. Play Drake May. That's okay. Drake May has also been really good. He's just on the road, prime time in Buffalo. This is the biggest litmus test for Drake May because he's played just bad teams all year. So
today is the day the Patriots
we'll find out. 8.5-point underdogs.
To cover, but barely
Tet
cover 8.5
Jameson
is what
I'd probably go Tet in this spot.
Tet. Yeah.
Von Miller over half a sack. What's our tackle monster play today?
I hate betting those.
Von Miller's in the Bills still? Where's Von Miller these days?
He's
got him versus Will Campbell today. Does he get a half a sack on Drake May? Drake May was like one of the third highest sack quarterback going into last week.
Yeah, I think he does get a sack today.
Coop, that's it. We got a couple minutes left. That was the last question. Guys, if you have more questions, throw them in the chat.
Well, Johnny Impemba went 12-13 last week on his 12-3. Sorry, 12-3, not 12. 12-13 would have. 12-13 is actually fine.
Yeah, 12-13 probably still makes you some money. 12, but we went 12-3 actually, way better.
So give us some props, bro.
All right, you answer McSauce's question. I'll bring up my prop plays here.
Give us a couple, dude. Just a couple. Because it's like we're gonna save some for the paying members. But hey, we got through our questions early. That's when there's 9:30 game. A lot of people get their lineup set early, so we did good. Rashid Shaheed or RJ Harvey. Bender likes the Rashid Shaheed narrative as a sleeper today. And I think I would also go that way for upside. Harvey's your safe play if you just want to, if you're a conservative player, but for upside, it's got to be.
So I have 12 bets entered into our expert picks section. If you go to fanstom.com, go to sports betting tab, and then the NFL down at the bottom, there's expert picks. You can find all of our picks. Listen, as good as I did last week, okay, Mark Lammy is up 35% this year betting football. His ROI return on his bets, 35%. You can get all of his game predictions, all of his best bets over at Fantasy Alarm. He is 44-27 on the year. So again,
35%.
I had a good week. Week. We'd all be rich if we just played Mark's plays every week.
Better returns than Bernie Madoff right now.
Yeah.
So Mark Lammy. Hey, dude, don't look now though. My prediction.
Yeah, we gotta get Coop to actually enter his picks into the expert picks section, so you guys go check him out. Otherwise, you can just check out his predictions articles. His bets are in there as well.
All four of them are up right now, and those are free. So just if you go to the predictions, the predictions page, the game previews, there's 4 of them by me, and there's a bet in there for each one. All 4 hit last week on the season. What was it? 11-16. So 11-4.
11-6.
11-5.
Keenan Allen, Jalen Waddle. I would go Waddle here.
Yes. No.
Yeah, you're afraid of JC Horn. I'm less afraid of that. Bob Getter has a question.
Bob, Justice Hill, Tootin, Tucker, Horton, Jaden Blue. Okay. This is where I'm gonna. Yeah, it's kind of scary. I think I would go Justice Hill. I'm doing here, and I'm probably gonna go with Sean Tucker of that crew. Torrey Horton is still a very part-time player because of the way the scheme is set up with the fullback and the multiple tight ends. Even with Robbie Oots out, they used a different guy in that role last week.
I wonder what a Jaden Blue anytime touchdown is today.
Well, I don't know. Chigakonkwo 2 touchdown day is plus 8,000.
All right. So you asked for some plays. I like, let's see what I feel like I gave out some earlier today. I like Stroud over 1.5 passing touchdowns. That's plus 160. He threw 2 touchdowns for the first time all season last week. We were all in on Patrick Mahomes over 1.5 touchdowns last week against Baltimore. He threw 4. They gave up 2 passing touchdowns to Josh Allen in week 1. This is a Baltimore Ravens defense that's just bleeding points to a bunch of teams here. And again, the Texans run offense isn't great. Nick Chubb and Woody Marks aren't really doing well running the football. So another week with Kirk, another week with Nico Collins. His touchdown passes actually went to Woody Marks and Jaden Higgins last week, so it wasn't even his top 2 wide receivers. So I like Stroud over 1.5 passing touchdowns at plus 160. I also like Devon Achane over 64.5 rushing yards today. Again, I think that Miami is going to lean on the runs. He had 20 for 99 last week. Bad run defense in Carolina. And then
did you see where they have Achane's rushing plus receiving yard line this week? 105.
Probably
that's why he's a
smash. I mean, you get the 40 yards rushing or 40 yards receiving.
40 yards receiving, yeah. That's why it's smashing.
And then I took Marvin Harrison Jr. Over 52.5 receiving yards. So those are 3 plays. I got 12 of them on the bet tracker. So if you are a Fantasy Star member, you can sign up. If you're not yet, 7-day free trials going on. You can check out those for free. Sign up with scary code Scary20, and you get 20% off your monthly plays there. You get all 12 of my plays. Again, Mark got a bunch of plays in the bet tracker for today as well. Bender's got some plays in the bet tracker for everybody for you guys to go check out there. Mark's out, let's see, 5, 10. Mark's at 11 plays. I have 12 plays. So again, we're in there to make you guys money this week in NFL. Cindy wants to rank the defenses: Miami, Indy, Houston, Arizona.
Good options there. I think I have 2 of those teams top 5. I have both Indy and Arizona as top 5 options this week, but I'm going with Arizona against the Titans. They're really struggling. Ridley's hurt. Cam Ward is he plays a little huck it, chuck it football that's really conducive to touchdowns for the defense. So I'm going Cardinals there. Cardinals defense has been good, and they're going to be even better hypothetically when Walter Nolan shows up, their first round pick from this year. He's been out with a calf the whole year, but that team is coming around.
And then Tolbert over Slayton this week.
That's how we have it. Because the George Pickens is going to face the Sauce Gardner. They've been kind of leaky elsewhere, so we like Tolbert in a lot of spots, DFS, and definitely over Slayton right now because Dak Prescott's just a better passing quarterback than Jackson Dart. It's not even close right now. Jackson Dart could develop into a better passer, but we like Dart in fantasy because he ran 10 times, not because he threw for 111 yards.
All right, guys, good luck with your NFL Week 5. Again, mail-ins in the Discord. Bender's taking over Twitter at noon, so you have any additional questions, you can find it over there. Coop and I will be back next week, everybody. We'll see you then.